just have the same people. Yes.
I said this can
Managing moderators can support.
don't kill some people. Kano State.
Love was
They are fighting.
a standard moderators.
That election, this man, Ado Dukwa, and you know that they remind them. No, this rep member. He's the house leader.
Come to Life Church. This year is very, very helpful.
It's a remind. Presidential, Senate, and House.
Okay, we are live already. Sorry, I'm doing this live video at this moment because it's obvious this is not too convenient, not really a convenient time for every individual there, but it's just obvious I have to do this because I notice it's something that is really touching, and I believe it's really affecting our society at large. Like the way the title goes, we really need to give peace a chance in Nigeria. Yes, because I want to believe that as a society, without peace, it's obvious that you get to realize that there's no way we can grow. Definitely, we can't grow. This discussion has to do directly with the immediate past election that we just conducted in this country. It's obvious that a whole lot of people, including myself, yes, of course, myself, I shouldn't be scared of saying that, is not too comfortable with the outcome of the election, though. But then, what then do we do? Should we take because we are not happy or comfortable with the election? What then happens after the election? You see, there are a whole lot of controversial issues here and there where people started moving around saying that there are too many foul play. That is what they said, though, that has happened during the election. I think some even accuse the INEC officials of not being straightforward about why they are carrying out their, collation and all of that. Well, this could actually be true, and also in some way might not really be true, because in law, there is every tendency that any case presented without a reasonable evidence, it tends to be void before the law. But then, my utmost advice for us as a member of the society is that we are now living with this is the 21st century, like they said. And if you have a case, the best thing to do is to see how you can come up with your case maturedly and move straight to the courts. And at the end of the day, tender your case and something reasonable will come out of it. The gospel I'm trying to preach is that it will really be advisable for us to embrace peace and approach this matter in a more matured and sensible way. I'm quite impressed with the presidential, what is it called? Is it aspirant, right? That's Labour Party candidate. That's the person of Mr. Peter Obi. He has really tried his best to have come out maturely to say that, okay, him on his own, he's not too comfortable with the election result. That's the decision of the INEC. But then, he is not saying that he's going to cause any violence. He advised all his followers to ensure they embrace peace, that he will follow the due process to get what was rightly below, what is meant for him, either. You understand? So this is the same thing I'm also advising every member of the society to do, because trying to create chaos or any form of violence will not really help, because at the end of the day, we need to realize that if you check the history of Nigeria and check historically, look at what violence has caused so far in terms of war and every other thing you could talk about, it is mostly down to the poor masses. When I mean the poor masses are simple men out there who do not really have who might not have the freedom to scale through from the crisis at the end of the day. Because like there's a local says in my language that says it is easy to start a war but very difficult to end, because you can even predict numbers of people that will start a war, but you can't predict the numbers of people who are going to witness the end of it. So this is the more reason why we should all try our best to ensure we preach peace. Yes, peace among our society. I won't lie to you, it is no longer a news that an average man today in Nigeria is not really too happy. When you move around, you see people, no, I'm not happy, no, I'm this. No, please, let's ensure we embrace peace and advise ourselves. There is an interview conducted on national TV. I think that was a day before yesterday, where a lawyer called Anthony Oheme, something like that. The young man is from. He's a lawyer and he's a barrister, and he's from Edo State. The young man actually says something that really gives me joy. He said he's a lawyer and he's aware that from him too, he did claim that he's not too comfortable with the result of the election. They asked him that, okay, what then do you advise the member of society or the candidates involved to do? He said it's as simple as the fact that they should go to court. Yes, that if it's legal. If you are not sure or you are not comfortable with the outcome of election after the election, all you need to do is to ensure that you are joined for you go to the court. The court will seek your evidence and also seek the evidence from the opponents, and at the end of the day will definitely judge the case and something good will come out of it. You understand? Even though somebody actually asks, which I know is exactly the question that is also going on in your mind, and that, okay, what then is our hope as an individual? That we have seen series of cases being taken to the court, and at the end of the day nothing good comes out of it because they keep postponing. But then, like I always said, those are actually facts, because things like this have happened repeatedly in this country and nobody can deny that fact. But then we still ought to believe in the process somehow. Yes, because I want to believe that it's not every case that can be manipulated. If you actually have your evidence and your evidence are quite very obvious and sensitive, of course the court might not just have reasons to postpone the case. They will definitely want to give a listening ear to it, most especially in this kind of regards whereby we have seen series of people, as in intelligent people, who are like they have what it takes upstairs to defend this case. So I am not saying I'm aware that this is what happened before somebody will come and say this is what. No, that is not what I am saying. What I am saying in essence is that generally let's try and ensure we uphold peace, because with peace we can actually have way forward. I want to assure you that if this case is properly followed up and the evidence are well proven, of course at the end of the day there's every tendency that if the Labour Party candidate deserve it, of course he will have his way. And if the evidence provided are not adequate enough to fight the case, there's no big deal. At the end of the day, the president-elect will take over, and we'll just keep patient and wait till the next 4 years. You get it? So what I am saying in essence is that let's try and embrace peace. Let's not in any way think about violence, because we have seen series of cases where people go into violence and bad enough, nothing good comes out of it, and you still discover that a whole lot of things has been damaged. You understand? So it is advisable we embrace peace in this country and allow law to take its due course. I mean to say, don't forget that whether you like it or not, and I want to assure you, lest I forget, that Nigerians have actually tried their best this time. Yes, we've tried our best. We really tried our best. I want to assure you that in the history of Nigeria, if I'm not making a mistake, let me say since when I was born, I was matured enough to know what is called election and what not to be called election. I think this happens to be one of the best elections so far, where the member of society actually turned out almost 70%. You understand? To participate in the election process, and that actually shows that we are making progress. But do you know there is something I am not too happy and comfortable with? That is the fact that at the end of the day, I discovered, I make my research and I discovered that a whole lot of people were now, some of the youths out there were now saying that, no, if Peter Obi did not win, it's obvious I will never vote again in my life. I will never inform. We're even saying I've condemned my PVC. No. This is something we shouldn't do. I was telling a friend who was very close to me, I said, look, let me tell you something. In life, for you to make it in life, you ought to make several attempts most times, depending on the kind of issue you are fighting. Remember, we tried up. You've tried your best. You've done something. You understand? You've created an awareness. Let's not forget, the reason why I was saying the fact that, okay, we need to appreciate ourselves is the fact like the other opponent said, they said Labour Party do not have structure. They said they don't have any senatorial candidate, they don't have any gubernatorial candidate, they don't even have anything to show. But at the end of the day, it is obvious that this same set of people are still the one that was able to drag this case and they even come out as third position, I guess. So this is something to be celebrated. I would have been more pleased if I see Nigerians today celebrating the effort they put to work and still praying harder, pressing harder to ensure that they can regain the mantle. That's following the due process. You understand? So this is exactly my point on this matter. Let's ensure to embrace peace like I have advised, and make sure we follow things through the right and proper channel. I want to assure you that at the end of the day, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Let's not forget, on the 11th of March is also another election will be coming up. Obviously, this is also another means for us to prove our brevity, for us to prove our patriotism. We need to show ourselves that we are equal to the task. If we couldn't make it at the presidential level, so why not try our best again at the governorship, the governorship election? It's obvious that we can as well make progress from there. There is something I always tell people that politics is like they say, is a game of interest, and is not a thing to be built to be achieved in a day. You understand? I don't know if I'm right with the language I'm trying to use. You understand? Because with my little experience about politics, it is something that you need to build a whole lot of, it takes process. You understand? As far as I am concerned, thousands of people who does not know this Labour Party, that's the favorite party now today in Nigeria, did not know them before now. But today, everybody now knows them. If you go here, they say Labour Party. If you go there, they say Labour Party. I want to assure you that I even told a friend of mine that do you know if this election was postponed on just 1 week extra, that he was given 1 week extra, trust me, they will do better than what they have done. They will. So why not celebrate the effort you have put to work rather than ridiculing it? Don't take because, we couldn't achieve what we want. No. You couldn't achieve it. That was because probably you need to put more energy to work. This is where we're going to stop today. We'll see you next time. We promise to be having more of this section, more of this section. But for now, let's not forget, let's continue to give peace a chance. Nigeria is our home. We've got nowhere to go. We just have to respect our society. God bless Nigeria. Thank you. Bye. If they finish life now, where they press?
The end.